Got 1 week left in the month, and July is history. So now we've got to be turning our attentions to what's going to happen in August, September, and October. 3 of the biggest earnings month, revenue generating months in the weight loss business, in the commercial weight loss business. What I want to talk about today is your Monday morning meeting, because for a lot of you, you just don't have one. So I'll supplement that today. And at the same time, we're going to talk about tomorrow's powertrain, which is all about closing more sales, which you absolutely have to be all about for the next number of weeks. If you plan on having a great third quarter and rallying into fourth quarter, you need to be all about closing. So let's talk about your Monday morning meeting. If you're not having one, or maybe it's just you in the center, or there's only 1 or 2 of you in the office today, you need to be thinking, first of all, how many appointments do we have on the books today and for the rest of the week? How many more appointments do we need on the books for new, not churning and recycling people that have been through your program a zillion times? Yes, those are a huge part of our business, but it's all about new business. Your business will only grow if you're bringing in new weight loss customers, new weight loss patients, new weight loss clients or members. So you need to see how many appointments you have on the books for today, how many for the rest of this week. Don't worry about next week. Those are no-shows anyway. Those people ain't gonna come in. So take a look at what you have in hand. Take a look at how many opportunities you have to bring some more people in. See what the goals are for everybody. If you've got room for 8 more appointments and there's 2 of you on staff, everybody's got to book 4. Now, if you've got varying degrees of hours that you're working, there's another way around that. We can work you through it. But you've got to have a sales goal, either for the group or individuals, preferably for both. Now, on top of that, we've got to target how many presentations we're going to give. Because quite frankly, it doesn't matter if you have 50 appointments on the books. If you get the sales presentations you're trying to target, or even the enrollments, all the rest of that stuff is irrelevant. So have a good grip on how many appointments, how many you need, how many presentations you want to give, how many new programs you want to sell this week, and focus exclusively on those activities. Now, you may find that you've got all the appointments you need, so you need to really be honing your appointment confirmation skills, your presentation skills, your fact-finding skills, your closing skills, overcoming objection skills, all of those things in anticipation of people coming in. You may find that you don't have any appointments, so now you go from sales mode to marketing mode. You need to be thinking, how can I get more and more people to have an interest in what we're doing? And it may be a case where you don't have any ads running right now. So how do you get people to reach out to you? Who do you go after? We can help you with all of those things, by the way. So for your Monday morning meeting today, know what do you have in hand for appointments? How many more do you need? How many presentations are you giving this week? How many new program sales are the goal for this week? Or you want to put a dollar amount on it, whatever the case may be. How many clients, members, patients you're going to service or counsel, however you refer to it in your location. How much, and if you're big on nutritional supplementation, what your product per member, product per patient, product per client will be. There's a way to calculate that. So you want to really keep an eye on all of those. Those are your major metrics, and have a strategy to do it. If you need some guidance on this, we can help. Now, talk about helping. Last week, towards the end of the week, one of the things I like to do every now and again is for some of our locations, if they're having a close rate problem, I have them, with the permission of the prospect, put me on Skype or FaceTime or Google Hangout or Facebook video, whatever it might be, and I'm right there doing the presentation. I sold 3 weight loss programs last week, somewhere in the average about $2,000 a piece. And I shouldn't even say I sold. All I did was clear the path. And it was an issue in all 3 cases where the centers, the locations, the staffing. So what do you say when the prospect says this? Or what do you say when the prospect says that? And I had to say, I don't know. My prospects never say that. I don't encounter that. I did early on, until I realized I was creating that objection. or that I didn't recognize the difference between an objection and a complaint, or I didn't know some of the tools to overcome the money objection, overcoming the spouse objection, understanding how those two were intertwined. And with some time served under my belt, so to speak, you start to figure these things out. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow during the powertrain. What's the difference between a close and a complaint rather, or an objection and a complaint? I can't get my head straight this morning. An objection and a complaint. And what is the difference in the way you're doing things now to help close the sale, so you can reasonably understand that, hey, 90% of what you're doing is not closing. 90% of what you're doing is setting up for the close. Only 10% of what you're doing is the actual close. It's like watching the British Open yesterday. You know, if you add up all the time a golfer actually swings the club over the course of 4 or 5 hours when they're playing 18, it only lasts for about 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half. So 99.9% of it is strategy, planning trajectory, getting your game plan organized, course management, a lot of other golf buzz terms. Same thing with selling a program. We're going to talk about that tomorrow during the powertrain. Whether you're a client or not a client, now our clients are going to get even more impactful direct training. You'll get the teaser version of all of this. So make sure you have your Monday morning meeting today. Know how many appointments you have on, what the goal is, how many presentations, how many appointments, how many presentations, how many new enrollments. Again, focus on the new. If you're spending all your time trying to figure out how to get existing people in the door or recycled people, your dollar amount diminishes and diminishes and diminishes. So if you're an older location and you're wondering why your sales are moving backwards, that is probably the reason why. There is no focus on new business. We can help you with that. And get ready for the powertrain tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Central, 11 Mountain, 10 Pacific. I know we didn't have them last week, but we're back on track this week. And we'll talk about how to close more and more sales, which you need to be all about for the next few months. Have a great day.